video right here, you guys can see the dark skies engulf Florida as motorists try to flee for their lives. Millions of people across Florida are locked in a desperate race against time to evacuate before the storm of the century smashes into Tampa late tonight, with the city's mayor warning those who are refusing to leave that they could die. As I said in an earlier video a couple days ago, Wednesday will be the determining factor. They said Category 3, but at the moment it's looking like a powerful Category 4 is going to smash into the panhandle of Florida. Now, as some of you know, it has approached 155 miles per hour, downgraded from the projected 185, but will be one of the most powerful storms ever recorded, comparable to a 1900s Great Galveston hurricane that wiped the city off the map. Guys, this is a real threat to Florida. My name is Cohen here at Riverside Homestead, and if you're brand new here, welcome. If you guys are into prepping tips, emergency preparedness, and most of all, news and awareness, stuff that you want to know about, be sure to hit that notification bell so you guys can stay up to date. Let's jump into this one. The flooding is going to be astronomical. They're saying the surge, even if it's 8 feet, will go miles and miles inland. And if it's a 10-foot surge, enough to cause catastrophic flooding. And even if a building is still standing after the Hurricane Milton passes over, the damage will be enough to require demolition. Folks, we are about to see something we don't want to see. We've got millions of people already evacuated. All right, folks, biggest thing on everybody's mind is this Hurricane Milton. This is footage from International Space Station. They're saying it looks like the apocalypse is coming for Florida. Holy moly. So as some of you know, 2 weeks after the Hurricane Helene devastated the southeast, Hurricane Milton is coming. The latest storm strengthened to a Category 5, as some of you guys know, over the weekend, but now is weakened to a strong Category 4 as of Tuesday morning, which is right now, and is still on track to be one of the most powerful storms in history. And then NASA released some of this footage of the storm system seen from International Space Station, which makes clear how large the storm is. Guys, this is huge. We got a lot of people praying for Florida right now. Now, they're describing Hurricane Milton as a pinhole hurricane, which means the eye has shrunken to just 4 miles across, which is why the storm is so much more powerful than Helene. Folks, it's more powerful than the one that just caused so much devastation, and it's about to plow through the Florida panhandle with force. Now, before I get to the 1.7 million vehicles that are being recalled due to a steering risk, where State Farm discloses zip codes where they are going to drop coverage of people's homes and apartments, and the fires that nobody's talking about in Wyoming, let's take a look at this news clip where it shows you the regions that are dealing with the evacuations.
Meanwhile, here at home, mandatory evacuation orders go into effect in parts of St. Johns County in 3 hours. 3 hours at 8 o'clock this morning. The order is for the areas on this map. People are encouraged to leave because of storm surge. That includes the entire cities of St. Augustine and St. Augustine Beach. And that's where Action News Jack's Alexis Clevenger is live this morning. Alexis, what are you seeing so far?
Well, Phil, there's not a lot of people out here at all this morning. We are in St. Augustine Beach. We're super close to the pier. But no one's out here. We did see just across the street from us, there's a Circle K. That gas station is boarded up and they are ready to go. But like you mentioned, with Hurricane Milton on its way, the county has issued those evacuation orders. And so they're going to be opening shelters around 8 this morning. And if you are not planning to go to one of the county's shelters, county officials are asking that you leave as soon as possible. I do want to show you that map so you can just get an idea of what those evacuation zones look like. It should be on your screen now. Now, these orders are for coastal and river areas in Zone A, which includes all of the city of St. Augustine, as well as Zones B and F that are highlighted on the map. Our first alert weather team says Hurricane Milton could bring storm surge of about 3 to 5 feet. Now, despite the threat of that storm surge, some people that Action News Jacks talked to in Volano Beach say they are not leaving.
This is a bit of self-policing by you. There's a lot going on, and the only way to provide sometimes public service and public safety to you is adhered by the rules, and the rules are stay in your house.
We will have you hear from that Volcano Beach resident coming up in the next half hour. Now, again, those shelters are going to be opening starting at 8 this morning. We have the list of those locations on our website at actionnewsjax.com. For now, for local coverage, you can count on we're live in St. Augustine Beach. Alexis Clevenger, Action News Jax.
Okay, like I said, it's going to get bad, and the rain has already started. This is just a recent update right here.
From all that rain that we've had so far throughout the morning, you can see, well, walk with me, because I'm going to show you just how much water is already starting to collect here. So we're going to walk through it. It seems like it's about around ankle deep already. And this is surrounding a business here, and also this is a side road that leads you to the Windswept Acres Park here in St. Johns County, right off of A1A in Butler Beach. And so we've already seen a lot of cars that are trying to pass through this area, and they've had to slow down because the water is continuing to gather here. So this definitely could be an area that we need to watch.
Okay, so it hasn't even hit and it's already flooding. I'm hearing reports of 8 to 12 inches of rain through a lot of these areas on top of the flooding that's already happening. So like I said, I'll be keeping you guys posted. If anything crazy happens, I'll put it on our community posts. So if you guys don't see those, be sure to go to my channel and look at the community posts, maybe do a comment, a thumbs up, and that should notify the algorithm to show you my posts. And something no one's talking about, because there's a lot of other things going on, is the monstrous fire in Wyoming right now. But wait, there's a monstrous one also going off in Oregon. So let's start with Oregon. The pine fire has grown to 7,000 acres in Deschutes County, but progress is being made. You can see the fire in the video, a monstrous, look at all the toxic fumes going into the air. More stuff we've got to worry about. So hopefully this is south of Highway 20 near Pine Mountain in Kotzman Basin. They say the firefighters have been able to reach 25% containment after working through the night. That's not a lot, and it's growing. So the reason you might know about the Wyoming fire, because there's lots of controversy over this fire. But the new report says concerns and conspiracies spread amid limited media coverage of the Wyoming elk fire. Folks, no one's talking about this, and it's crazy that they know that there's conspiracies spreading like crazy. Now, when I say big, 75,000 acres. A wildfire began in Wyoming Bighorn National Forest last week, has rapidly expanded, now covering over 75,000 acres as of Tuesday, according to the U.S. Forest Service. Now, this is sounding like the biggest fire in that area in history. Here's an X post right here. There is serious disconnect with our media. I am preparing for a Hurricane Milton and haven't heard a thing about the Wyoming being on fire. This should be front page news. Americans having to evacuate. Where's the media? Pray for Wyoming, she states. They're saying Wyoming gas and oil is estimated to total approximately 1.2 trillion cubic feet of gas. More on that. Some media users have further speculated on conspiracy, suggesting a connection between the wildfire and the state's rare earth mineral deposits, particularly lithium. Where have we heard about that recently? More conspiracy between a certain place that's about ready to get demolished and the earlier one just a couple weeks ago. Lots of skepticism regarding lithium there as well. In this X post, people, if you are curious as to why Wyoming is on fire, the Rock Springs uplift was highlighted for its lithium content, with estimates suggested there could be up to 18 billion tons of lithium carbonate equivalent, which would be a substantial reserve. That's why people are speculating a UN agenda regarding this. That's where the conspiracy comes in. So another one regarding the lithium. I'm telling you guys, it's just a coincidence. All of these major tragic things happening over major lithium reserves, just a coincidence. No connection. So there, we cleared the air. More ammo for that right here on this X post from Page. AI sourced. Initial estimates suggest 228,000 tons of lithium in a 25 square mile area, with the potential for up to 18 million tons, which is worth approximately $500 billion at current market prices. It's just a coincidence, folks. And like I said, there's more storms to chase this one. In fact, France is gonna get hit hard. Have you even heard about that? Yeah, I think it's Hurricane Kirk, and the alert in France right now is the hurricane is heading straight towards the country. And as you can see, it's a monster also. Just a recap on that so you know about what's going on. On September 27th, the hurricane took shape in the Senegal. It's currently headed towards Portugal, Spain, and France. Category 4. Hurricane Kirk Category 4 was this Sunday, October 6th. 3,000 kilometers southwest of France. Depending on the trajectory it's taking, it could hit French Atlantic coast before that place right there, before rushing inland towards Lorraine and Belgium, continues the specialist. Now let me give you this really quick overview on this one. On Wednesday, October 9th, when it arrives on French territory, the phenomenon will have greatly lost intensity, but it says we will no longer speak of the hurricane. It's the remnants of Kirk that's going to hit France and could cause major storm, indicates whatever word that is, probably the specialist that determines what's going to happen. The regions that will be mostly impacted by the storm is North, Aquitaine, Hauts-de-France. Oh, there's going to be some words here. Just take a look at those places right there. But also the south of France, Normandy and Brittany. Strong winds with gusts reaching 130. Are expected, and get this, the coast could be submerged by waves of 10 meters high, and heavy rains will soak the country. Fortunately, the storm will not last long. By the night of Wednesday, which is tonight, to Thursday, everything will have returned to normal. So it's not just Florida that's gonna get hit tonight, it's also France, Belgium, and the surrounding areas. All right, and also I wanna give you guys this report because it affects 1.7 million US vehicles over a steering risk. It's Honda. So if you guys got a Honda, you might wanna look into this one. And also, if you know somebody, Honda Motor is recalling 1.693 million vehicles in the US because of potential steering problems. Well, that's not what we need. Steering problems on a highway? Yeah, they're saying the steering gearbox warm wheel, which controls steering, may have been manufactured incorrectly in affected vehicles and swell while in use, thinning out the film of grease between the worn wheel and the warm gear, according to the documents posted Wednesday by the National Highway Traffic Safety Admission. And in quotes, it says, increased friction between the warm gear and the warm wheel can increase steering effort and difficulty, increasing the risk of a crash or injury, the recall states. They're saying it includes an abnormal noise and a sticky feeling when attempting to turn the steering wheel while driving. Okay, last thing you need to be driving 60, 70 miles an hour and you're not able to turn the corner. Like I said, 1.7 million vehicles. I know it's gonna affect some of you. And the last thing that I thought you guys should be aware of, because it also affects tens of thousands of you, is State Farm discloses zip codes where they will drop your coverage for over 70,000 houses and apartments. That could put a lot of people in a hurting situation.
California's biggest home insurer says it's facing headwinds that could affect its customers. State Farm told insurance regulators that it could reduce the number of policies it issues in California by about a third in the coming years. That's according to the Chronicle. And earlier this month, State Farm asked the state to allow it to raise rates by as much as 30% to help regain financial stability.
Another reason why living in California might not be the best place. They're planning on cutting coverage on a third of home dwellings, and they are the biggest insurer in California is what he says. Oh, and if you don't get cut, your rates are going up 30%. Not good. A couple really important things I thought you guys should be aware of. Hit the thumbs up if you appreciate it. Share it out so people can be aware. Got a lot more coming down the pipe. Keep prepping, keep learning, keep doing, guys. We'll see you on the next one.